Hello and welcome to the News Hour on BISCON Television. I am Stella Opera. We begin with our top stories. On the national scene, ASU's president says end of strike is in sight. PDP flags off presidential campaign. Wike's camp conspicuously absent. On the business scene, Nigeria has the prerequisite to become a world leader in digital economy, says Oshibajo. On the foreign scene, Ukraine vows to continue counter-offensive after recent attack by Russia. And in the world of sports, experience didn't scare us, says Plateau coach. Now, the news in full. Governors, ex-governors, and top chieftains of the People's Democratic Party and the camp of its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar yesterday arrived Uyo in no fewer than 15 private jets for the formal inauguration of the party's campaign ahead of the 2023 polls. However, governors in the camp of Governor Wike were conspicuously absent at the ceremony. The inauguration, which was held at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, was attended by the party faithful, led by the national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, among other party stalwarts. At the ceremony, Atiku pledged to address hunger, insecurity, disunity as PDP candidate recorded mammoth crowd at campaign flag-off. Speaking during the flag-off of his presidential campaigns, Atiku Abubakar called on Nigerians to vote for him and the party, promising that PDP will rescue Nigeria from its myriads of problems.
Today, we have inaugurated flag-off our campaign to rescue Nigeria. To rescue Nigeria from hunger, to rescue Nigeria from poverty, and also to bring back the unity that we require in this country. Therefore, I want to appeal to all Nigerians by standing today in Uyo, in Akwa Ibom State, to ask them to vote for PDP. If you vote for PDP, it will be a return to prosperity. It will be a return to unity, a return to safety. So there will be no more hunger and there will be security. PDP! PDP! Power to the people! Are you going to vote for PDP? Yes. Are you going to vote for PDP? Yes. Are you going to vote for PDP?
The president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, has said that the union will soon call off its 8-month-old strike. Oshodeke said this at a meeting with the leadership of the House of Representatives on Monday in Abuja. He said that from all indications, there is light at the end of the tunnel. He further hoped that the intervention by the leadership of the House will be the final for the sake of the students, adding that ASU's struggle was for the educational and university system in the country. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, said that the meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari was far-reaching, adding that the president's decision will be made known to the union and the public today, October 11. The inauguration of the women's wing of the All Progressives Congress was held yesterday at the Old Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. The event had in attendance the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, First Lady Aisha Buhari, Presidential Candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his running mate Senator Kashim Shettima, the National Chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and other APC stalwarts. Addressing the group of women, Bola Tinubu told those calling for a change of government to keep silent. The former Lagos governor insisted that his administration, if elected into power, would bring prosperity to the country, end banditry and hopelessness.
We, as Nigerians, we are not going to give up. The sign here, the sign on this cap is broken shackle. You break the shackle of poverty, break the shackle of ignorance, break shackle of destitution, break shackle of failures, break shackle of the people, break the shackle of destitution. God will bless us. We will break that shackle. We will succeed as Nigerians.
Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere has faulted Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for saying the group is divided over endorsement of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Secretary General of Afenifere, Chief Shola Ebisheni, in a statement in Akure yesterday, said the Ondo governor could neither speak for the Yoruba race nor Afenifere on endorsement of Peter Obi ahead of the 2023 general elections. It's time for business news. We'll bring you details shortly. Welcome back to BISCON TV News. Now to business news. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has declared that Nigeria has the requisite talents, creativity and acumen to become a world leader in the digital economy. Osinbajo stated this yesterday at this year's Nigeria Digital Economy Summit. According to him, with the right approach and policy, as well as the country's human capital and potential, Nigeria can become world leader in digital technology in all its various ramifications. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says it will make a final investment decision on the proposed $25 billion Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline by 2023. Mela Kyari, Group Chief Executive Officer, made this known in Abuja on Monday. Kyari said the project will cost $20 to $25 billion to build and will be constructed in phases, adding that discussions around financing are ongoing. We take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to BISCON TV News. You can watch us live by downloading the BISCON TV app on your Android and iOS devices, or visit our YouTube channel at BISCON TV. Now, the foreign news. Air raid sirens have gone up again in Kyiv and across Ukraine, a day after Russia launched some of the worst attacks there for months. The southern city of Zaporizhia was shelled again overnight, with 1 dead and buildings damaged. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the strikes were retaliation for Saturday's attack on a key bridge linking Russia with occupied Crimea. Putin blames the bridge explosion on Ukraine and threatens further strikes in response to what he calls terrorist attacks. Meanwhile, the United States and other G7 industrialized countries are due to hold a virtual meeting later to discuss the response to the attack. As part of his nightly address on Monday, President Volodymyr Zelensky filmed himself near recovery vehicles appearing to clean up one of the sites of the missile attacks. Zelensky added that Ukraine had managed to shoot down more than half of Russia's missiles and drones, but he also warned of the ongoing threat. Zelensky concluded his address by stating that Russia resorted to missile attacks because they cannot oppose Ukraine on the battlefield. In the latest development, 1 person has been confirmed dead and school damaged in new strike on Zaporizhia plant early this morning. A telegram post from the regional governor said the death occurred at a car dealership with a school among other damaged buildings. Russia is, however, yet to comment on the latest strikes. We're due for another break. When we'll come back, we'll bring you sports and entertainment news. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It's time for our sports stories. Super Falcons former winger Stella Mbachu says there is no need to panic following the Super Falcons' 5-game consecutive losing streak. The former African champions lost the semi-final and the third-place games at the WAFCON in August before losing friendlies to the USA twice and Japan. Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has come under scathing criticisms following his side's poor run, but Mbachu has called for calm as the team continues its preparation for the 2023 World Cup. The 44-year-old Mbachu said Waldrum was using the friendlies to assess the players and prepare the team. The Falcons suffered a 2-0 defeat against Japan in a friendly at the Novair Stadium in Kobe last Thursday. The defeat came just weeks after a 2-match tour of the United States of America in which they lost 4-0 and 2-1 to the United States women's national team, meaning the Falcons have now lost 5 straight matches since their WAFCON win over Cameroon in July. The World Cup will be staged in Australia and New Zealand from July 20 to August 20, 2023. Plateau United's coach Fidelis Ilechukwu says his team were not intimidated by Inspiring's track record on the continent ahead of the CAF Champions League preliminary round against the Tunisians on Sunday. Plateau came from behind to triumph over the dreaded North Africans 2-1 in the first leg of the second preliminary round game in Abuja on Sunday. The margin could have been wider but for the home side's wastefulness in front of goal. The result ended Esperance's 9-game invincible run against Nigerian clubs spanning 32 years. Long-serving defender Daniel Itodo was instrumental to the 2 goals Plateau United scored, providing both assists with his trademark long throws. That's all on sport. It's now time for our entertainment stories. Popular actor and director Yul Edochie spent time with his second wife Judy Austin, and he gushed over the fast growth of their son, Star DK. The proud father of 5 shared a cute video of the kid on Facebook and emphasized the fact that the little boy is growing so fast. In the video, Star DK stood beside his mother, Judy, who asked him to call her mommy, but the kid, however, proved stubborn as he repeatedly called daddy instead. Afterwards, he began playing around the house, which stirred humor for both Yul Edochie and his wife. Nigerian rapper Richard Dilichukwu Okonkwo, also known as Tendes, has reportedly died as a result of drug overdose. The rapper met his untimely death on Sunday, 9th of October 2022 while he was preparing for a show. The circumstances surrounding his death are still vague as there has been varying information. While some say that Tendes passed out on drug overdose, others have claimed that he was poisoned by one of his bosom friends. Before his death, Tendes was a Nigerian musician who specializes in trap music, hip-hop and Afrobeat. He also loved to be called the King of the East. He was only 26 years old. That's the much story we can take on entertainment.
Welcome back, and that's it for now on the News Hour on BISCON TV. Compiled and produced by Jumoke Adeoti Aino. I am Stella Opera. Many thanks for staying with us.